What up, world? Welcome to another episode of the BrandonJaneauShow. As you know, I am Brandon Janeau, and like always on all podcast platforms are aware, it's Brandon Janeau Show. Social media platforms: Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Facebook, Brandon Janeau Show, and of course, YouTube channel Brandon Janeau Go. So go there, subscribe, like, comment. Hope you guys do. I do comment back, so you guys enjoy this. This is the never-ending story of hip hop right now. This is another deep dive, man. What's going on with the hip hop world is still to the crap. Last night it felt like them niggas Drake and Kendrick was just like, fuck it. Like it felt like just a fuck it, let's go. Like it just felt like it, man. As somebody would say, in the history of hip hop, May 3rd will go down as probably the greatest event in hip hop history because Kendrick Lamar and Drake have officially said, it's wartime, baby. Let's get it popping. It has officially hit the apex. We have finally reached the mountaintop of this beef shit. It is on. It is on. It is on, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to point out this first off. We went from not having Kendrick Lamar respond for like 20, 21 days. This man has given us 3 songs in a week. Thank you. Thank you. 3 songs in a week, my nigga. He started on Tuesday. Dropped 2 last night. Let's get into it. Dropped 2 yesterday. Let's get into it. This is getting crazy, man. So I've been covering this like every fucking person does in the podcast world that covers music and does music podcasts, man. This is ridiculous. This is going crazy. So yesterday, I should say, because I was starting that last night, but yesterday, Kendrick Lamar dropped 616 in LA, kind of a homage to Drake's 8 a.m. 8 a.m. 8 p.m. kind of music series that he does. And Kendrick pretty much was trying to bait Drake. Pretty much, I'm assuming that's what he was trying to do, was bait Drake, and he did. He did exactly that. But in this song, he was saying that Drake has a mole in his on his team, and they have been working for him, pumping them information and telling them things, and so of course Drake does what Drake does, and he jumped out the window. I don't say jumped out the window. That's a little crazy to say, but he definitely answered back, and he finally dropped so-called the nuke, the red button. He finally dropped it, and in dropping it, a song by the way called "Family Matters" that is now on on streaming services, musical streaming services right now as I speak. He teased the beginning of the song pretty much at the end of Push Ups, the first diss record that Drake sent out. Well, I don't say diss record, the first response that Drake sent out. And he finally dropped it. And man, he did his thing. He did his thing, man. He did his thing, man. Just for 20 minutes later, Kendrick Lamar to drop his other diss record, which is called Meet the Grams. Okay, I want to just say this. Put the bias aside, put the fandom aside, put all that shit aside. I want to just say this. Real shit. Thank you. Thank you to Drake. Thank you to Kendrick Lamar. Because y'all have finally said this to the hip hop community. Finally, y'all have acknowledged the fact that this shit is bigger than just our legacies. This is a moment in time that one of us or both of us are going to we are going to officially show where our legacy stand. They're going to submit themselves. No matter who wins or who loses, because that's public perception. But as a fan of hip hop, as a fan of Drake and Kendrick and J. Cole in the rap game, this is my Jay Z Nas of this era. I grew up in 2000. I'm a 90. I was born in '94, so 2001. Hove and Nas going at each other back and forth. Blueprint comes out, Takeover comes out. A couple months later, Nas drops. Excuse me. Nas drop Ether, Stillmatic. Boom. But because of the time we live in, we're not giving people 6, 7, 8 months to recuperate and go and hide and do some other shit. You hit a chatter, and this is the one thing that the internet and fans are good for nowadays. You cannot sit on a song for 3 fucking months anymore. You gotta put that shit out immediately. Now I grew up in an era where I'm cool with you taking your time crafting a song. I'm cool with this shit. The shit better be good though. This shit better be fire though. I'm cool with you taking your time. The shit better hit because you took 20 days, my nigga. This shit better be something in there that I'm like, oh shit, this is different. And that's kind of why I didn't like Euphoria because there's nothing that Kendrick said that I was like, okay, like, okay. Uh, That is why you gotta love this. You gotta love it. I'm gonna fuck who you're a fan of. Drake, Kendrick. If you're just more anti Drake than you are pro Kendrick, I don't care. As a fan of hip hop, thank you. Thank you because y'all finally did it. The two biggest rappers of the generation has said, you know what? Fuck it. You know what? Fuck it. Let's go to war. Let's go to war. And it was always supposed to be Drake and Kendrick. Always. As much as I love J. Cole, and he is my favorite rapper out of all of them, J. Cole never was built like this. He wasn't. He's not built like this. He's not built to. I'm an Aquarius. I know, nigga. When I'm mad and I'm pissed, but then I give myself a second and I'm like, you know what, man? Self reflection is a son of a bitch. You're self aware and you can feel yourself losing who you are immediately after you do some shit. You're like, oh, that's not good. And that's pretty much why J. Cole was going to be held back. He wasn't going to be able to go full fuck it. Cole was not going to be able to go full fuck it. And I know he wasn't. But Drake and Kendrick has completely said, that ain't us. That's not I. That is not I. They have fucked, they have done damage to each other. So let's get into it, man. Family Matters comes out first, and this was supposed to be the key, the big hit, the knockout punch for Drake. And listening to it, the first half of it, the first part of the song, he also has a 3 beat switch up, which makes you kind of think if what Kendrick said in 16 was right, that Drake has a mode. How far back did he get the information on Drake supposedly that he put a 3 beat switch up on Euphoria? That Drake then comes out with a 3 beat switch up on Family Matters. So you got to just think about it in that sense if you're trying to be calculated with the thought process, right? So let's put it into that. Okay, so the first half of the song, Drake is pretty much just singing and kind of sing rapping, like, but he hitting it. He's killing it, man. Talking about something I heard that one of your kids is really Dave Freeze, like, which is Dave Free, which I think is Kendrick's manager. I think it's Kendrick's manager. I might be wrong. Y'all gonna clearly, tell me if I'm wrong or not. I don't know Kendrick like that. I don't follow that nigga like that. Um, but I think Dave Free is like Kendrick's manager. I'm not. I think he is. Um, But yeah, um, Kendrick. Then Drake also goes into the second half of that song, and this goes back into what Push Ups was about. And this is what I said after Push Ups came out. I said that Kendrick. I said that Dre recorded Push Ups the week after Like That came out. The week after um We Don't Trust You came out, because he didn't refer to ASAP Rocky. He didn't say shit about ASAP Rocky because he already had recorded it. And this is why the second half of that song was so important, because he said at the end of Taylor Made Freestyle, he said in his verse, "Oh, y'all niggas getting it. Y'all niggas are still involved. Y'all getting it too. Don't get it twisted. I'm gonna get y'all too." So him doubling back on that on the second half of that on the second half of Family Matters, it just made sense to me personally. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. People like, he killed Rick Ross. He killed A$AP Rocky. Which I knew A$AP Rocky was gonna get it the worst. I, I knew A$AP Rocky was gonna get it the worst, man. I knew he was gonna. And for people that sitting out there saying, "Oh, Drake ain't really this in Future," what the fuck is he gonna say about Future? Future's not lyrical, my nigga. What the fuck? Yeah, Drake and Future got some history together, but the Weeknd's always wanted the smoke with Drake. He's always wanted to diss Drake. Future is this new nigga that just came out of nowhere trying to diss on me. Like, of course I would be like, the fuck do I need to address you for, nigga? You gonna need my help way faster than I'm gonna need yours. Like, and that's the thing. Like, but yeah, I don't see how people just can sit there and say, oh yeah, you know, he should be dressing Future. I wonder why he's not. Nigga ain't lyrical. Nigga don't rap. That's not Future style, bro. But that second half killed it. He killed that second half, man. He killed that second half. And then the third half, man. The third beat switch up. The way that man was talking to Kendrick on that song, on that last part of that song, is disrespectful as fuck. That shit is disrespectful as a motherfucker, bro. Saying that Kendrick just opened his mouth again. Somebody hand him a Grammy, which I have been very vocal sometimes, and I've said about Kendrick Lamar. The Grammys only give this nigga awards because they fucked up the first time he was ever nominated for a fucking Grammy. Good Kid, Mad City. Do y'all remember what happened? Macklemore won Best Rap Artist, Best Rap Album, and Best New Artist when everybody knew Kendrick should have won that shit. And the Grammys got so much fucking backlash for that shit. And every time Kendrick drops, no matter what the album is, no matter what it sounds like, he wins. Now I'm not sitting up here and saying he doesn't deserve the Grammys that he has been given, because he does deserve them. For To Pimp a Butterfly and Damn, Mr. Morale the Big Stepper is it's a listen. I love Mr. Morale the Big Stepper. The first half, I've been on record always and said, give me Count Me Out and close it out with that, and I was good. I need to have that other shit. I'm good. I'm good. I need the other shit. But him saying that is just pretty much bringing up what a lot of people kind of do feel. It's like, soon as Kendrick says something, he's getting a Grammy. It doesn't matter how deep or in depth the album is, no matter how people want to write it or flip it. Because Mr. Morale and the Big Stepper is not considered one of his best albums, and I know people want to now say it's one of the best albums. It's not considered one of his best albums, but yet he still got a Grammy for it. And the Grammys don't mean shit to people like us, but it's still something, because that's how they see you. When he also says, I want to talk to your uncle. Where your uncle? He said, "Where your uncle at? Because I want to talk to the man in the house." It's it's like goes into Mr. Rural and the Big Stepper. I think Kendrick has a song with my auntie Diaries or something, and he talks about his auntie. I think becoming a man. I think, yeah. Which that listen, I don't. That's a whole nother conversation. I'm just talking about what Drake said. It's a whole nother conversation. But him saying that, it just shows you like I can give you what you want. Like this I can get just as disrespectful, nigga. But then saying, yo, you sit up here and try to criticize me and talk down on me for all the women I have in my life and the women I've dated. You don't want that kind of wife. You want to be the Messiah, the black Messiah, but yet you wifed up a mixed woman. You want to talk crazy about, you know, you got, what do you say? We all know you like gin with your juice. Like, we all know you like gin with your gin and juice. Like the way he was just going at this nigga, saying that you don't like to be in a crowd, you don't like to really be in rooms with people blacker that's not blacker than you. It's shit like that. Like Drake is was as much as people sit there and say Kendrick has destroyed Drake's character. Last night, Family Matters, it showed Kendrick in a different light. The fact this man accused this man of beating his wife, like what? I ain't heard that shit before. Like what? What? This nigga said when you fight with your girl, is only because because she's bigger than you? Is it self defense because she's bigger than you? I was like, yo, as a short motherfucker, as a short nigga, hey bro, hey bro, hey, hey Drizzy, hey bro, chill on that shit, bro. Hey bro, chill on that shit, dog. Like nah, nigga, you not about to say that shit. Hey bro, as a short nigga. Hey bro, yo, I heard that verse and I got offended. I was like, hey my nigga, hey bro, like nigga, is you, hey bro, chill on that shit. Yo, that shit, yeah, that if you when you be it's a self defense because she bigger than you. I was like, that's disrespectful, my nigga. Why would you say that? That's just wrong. Saying that nigga whenever he say something about that nigga, it always goes over his head because he's short. This nigga, I was like, yo, this nigga is wrong, bro. Like this is wrong, bro. Saying that you about to take over for Pharrell's legacy. That's what he said, and I think Euphoria that he's about to take over for Pharrell's legacy. He's about to take. He's inheriting the beef for Pharrell. He's like, well, shit, come get that nigga legacy out of my house then. That nigga said, all right, then shit, come get this nigga legacy out of my house then. Yo, it's yo, that shit crazy, bro. Like even the line where he's like, yo, because this is what's the big conversation, right, man, about Mike and Prince, right? Kendrick calls himself Prince. Drake calls himself Mike, right? And he flipped that angle where he was like, yo, like maybe I'm really Prince and you Mike because Mike only started to change his complexion because of what white people because he wanted to look more white. It's kind of ironic because every time you do a song, every time you do a feature, you're changing your perspective on what you only doing features for white folks, changing your perspective and your persona on what you really deem acceptable. It's something that it like just hearing Drake go crazy on that shit was like, whoa, whoa. Like you like, damn. Saying this nigga had to call a crisis management team in because of him and his wife having issues. Yo, that shit was crazy. Family Matters is different. That was different. But like I said, Drake had his 20 minutes and then Kendrick dropped and went crazy. Meet the Grams and Kendrick. Yeah, Meet the Grams is literally talking to Drake's family, talking to his mom, talking about how she raised the fuck up, how terrible he is, talking to his son, saying your dad is the worst person on the planet. I can't believe this is the man that has to raise you for the rest of your life. How dare he? Even talking about to Drake's father, saying you are the reason for why your son's the way he is. Because of all your shortcomings in life. It's like whoa. And then he just goes in at Drake and just says, "Nigga, I don't you hiring pedophiles and all this shit." And then says, to your little girl, to your daughter. It's a shame that he has hid you for 11 years on the planet. It's a shame that I wish that you would be more loved and respected by this nigga, and he wouldn't be hiding you. And that's why I gotta disconnect from the song because I love the fact that he took it the way he took it, the approach he took it, therapy session. It's a therapy session. Even with the end of it, I think he at the end of the song he said, fuck a rap battle, nigga. This is a battle. This is an eternal battle in your life. Like this is gonna be an eternal battle on your life. Don't pass ending. Don't pass ending. But I think where I left the conversation of like is when you say Drake got a child again, bro. It's like at this point in the reason why the Push shit was so shocking is because we didn't know shit about Drake's private life like that at that time. We knew what he told us in songs, right? So for you to say, "Yo, you got a kid and you ain't really talking about it," let's talk about that. It was shocking. It was crazy. This was not. It wasn't. It wasn't shocking. It wasn't revolutionary changing. It wasn't a nuclear strike. It wasn't no head takeoff moment. It was kind of like, okay, like, and again, take out the bias. It's like, what did he like? Him saying that was we were supposed to. What were we supposed to do? Be surprised? Like, okay, nigga, and like, it's to the point now. It's like we've heard so many stories about Drake. Would it really surprise you if he had another child out there in the world? It wouldn't really surprise me. I'd be like, nah, that sound about right. I'd be like, nah, that sound about right. No matter how, that's a moral thing, which Kendrick is trying to attack this from. It's like you are morally fucked up, sir. You are morally destroyed. You don't know what the fuck you are. You are either dealing with your race and trying to figure out if you're black or white, and then you try to act like you care about you want to talk tough on songs, but then you scream "Pray for my city" when shit happens. It's like that's a moral thing, and I get people that's trying to say he's assassinating his character, and that's great and that's awesome. But let me explain something to y'all, man. Nobody gives a fuck. If Drake is this morally corrupt as you say he is, do you really think him having therapy session conversations on songs is going to change how he really views himself as a person? No. And that's the thing. I don't think the song is bad at all. I think that's actually the best song that Kendrick's dropped this entire fucking beef. But that was his headshot. That was his headshot. That was the take your fucking head off. He did nothing to cure the fact that Drake still kind of whooped his ass. He whooped his ass, man. And that's the thing. I'm sorry. Like, and I know people that's gonna sit up here when this comes out, and I'm gonna clip it, and everybody's gonna be like, "You don't understand. You didn't listen to this." No, I heard what he said, my nigga. I heard every word he said. I heard it. Y'all keep trying to make it seem like Kendrick is some metaphorically speaking nigga. Like, bro, he's very fucking base. Like, he's telling you what it is. It's very subdued. It's right in your face. He's telling you what it is. This is you are the only his fans are the only ones that sit there thinking this nigga is sitting out moral codes. I don't know why the fuck you niggas think this nigga sitting out like these moral codes. Like bro, like no nigga, he's rapping. That's what he does. I expect Kendrick to rap his ass off. That's what he does. But where he's fucking up, and this is kind of where I think he's losing the battle. He's trying to out shame Drake, and Drake, if he's this morally fucked up like you say he is, has no shame. He has no shame. You're trying to hold a mirror up to a nigga that you're saying is morally fucked up and screwed up anyway. Where's the shame? Where is this almighty dominant? You are not winning this because you're not. It's not that you're not going hard. You're killing lyrically. We expect you to dominate this nigga lyrically. That's not the problem. The problem is you are losing who you are trying to destroy this nigga. And that's where the fucked up shit comes in. You can't scream you're at peace with yourself, but then say I hate you. like you that's not peace, nigga. That's nowhere near peace. Peace is like being like, yo, I cannot change certain shit about people. That's certain things I'm doing. I cannot change who you are. You are who you are. Good or bad, right or wrong. I can't change you. That's peace. You sit there and say, I hate you. I want you to, you should, your dad is the worst thing on the planet. Your son is terrible. I want him that people like him should die. That's not peace. That's not peace. What the fuck are you talking about? Yo, like, no, man. Like, Kendrick is losing this battle because it's not that he's not willing to go far, but the person you're trying to sit there and have a moral high ground conversation with is a nigga that you're trying to also paint the picture of is that he has no morals. He has no character. He has no identity. He doesn't know who the fuck he is. So you're losing the battle because you're trying to play the role of, let me help you get there. And Drake's like, no, nigga, I'm good. I don't need your fucking help with that. like, it's like, it's like, this is a, it's a, it's like you're trying to play the moral ground, and it's like this is what's hurting Kendrick. It's like I'm not saying you're not running, rapping your ass off. You're not destroying. You're not killing the nigga lyrically. I'm not saying that. The way you're approaching the battle is I'm gonna attack you. I'm gonna attack your character. I'm gonna attack your morals. I'm gonna attack the person that you are. The problem with that is you're trying to paint the picture that this nigga has none of that to begin with. So when you say it, it sounds like you're just repeating yourself. You're trying to play a therapist, but you're not. You're a fucking rapper. That's who you are. You're trying to end this nigga's shit, and it feels like you're coming up short. Nobody's saying he's not lyrically killing a nigga. Nobody's saying that. But why we're most of us having a disconnect with this shit is that you're trying to play therapist. Also call this nigga out and say this nigga is a terrible fucking person, and he has no morals, and he has no character. And he's not. He doesn't even have an identity. He doesn't know who he is. How the fuck do you win a battle like that? Gloves are off, clearly, but you're losing, sir. Kendrick is losing. It's not that he's not going far. It's not that he's not rapping out rapping Drake. He's losing because you're trying to paint a picture and a narrative that the nigga has no character. He has no morals. He's in an identity crisis with himself. So if a nigga's in an identity crisis with himself, he has no morals. He has none of that shit. Why would Drake care? Why would that nigga care? Everything you say, it sounds like you're just trying to preach to him now. Even at the end of the song, at the end of Meet the Grams, when you say you lied about your abs, you lied about your ghostwriters, you lied, like, bro, that's a pastor. I don't need to go to church in a rap song, my nigga. I'm good. I don't need repentance. I'm good. I've heard people say that. I've been in church. I know what a pastor sound like when he's going off at the end of the service. You lied about this. You lied. It's like, bro, I don't need you to tell me this, nigga. Like, come on, bro. You're trying to play this holier than thou person, while Drake is like, my nigga, I have no. You're saying I have no morals. I have no identity. I have no. I'm at war with myself. So why would I care about what you say? What what the fuck do I care about? I get people that want to give it to Kendrick because Kendrick was supposed to win this landslide. This is why I say perception will have Kendrick win. But if you are not a fan of, if you're a fan of both, or you're not a fan of either, you can tell who's losing their balance in this situation. You can tell who's spiraling in this situation. That whole song Drake put out, it sounds like he's having fun. It sounds like he's making a fucking hit. Like he's just like, oh yeah, and and you like white women, and you like. It sounds like he's having fun. I thought Kendrick, Euphoria, Kendrick was sounding fun. He was having fun, and he was joking, and ah. Last night, it sounded cynical. It sounded like he's like, fuck this shit. I'm done. I'm done playing with this nigga. Fuck it. Let's go to war. And it's like, and this is real shit. This is not some rap shit anymore. I'm as a man that's been in therapy since I was 16 years old. Kendrick, all the work you've put yourself through, man, to get to where you are today. If you are at peace with yourself, man, and you're about to unravel because of a fucking rap beef, this is why people sit there and try to play J. Cole, but J. Cole actually understood what the situation was. He's like, bro, I gotta tear myself apart. I gotta literally lose myself to destroy a nigga I actually do fuck with. Now, clearly, these two niggas don't like each other. So that's not the problem. But your personal life, man. Think about your kids. Think about. I'm not trying to say that in some discrediting tone. I'm serious. Like, bro, you have a family, my nigga. Drake has nothing. Drake got a son. That's it. And I'm not saying that also in a discrediting way. I'm saying it in the sense of like, bro, you actually have privacy, bro. You actually have what you have worked your entire career to be known for the nigga known for the music. And it sounds like you're trying your hardest to just go personal with this nigga. But why would you go personal with a nigga that you are saying is a sicko, is a terrible human being that doesn't have a moral code, that doesn't have any identity of who he is, and you want to go tit for tat with a nigga like that? That's what you're really willing to do. That's your thought process. Tap out, tap out, tap out. I'm not saying that because I don't think you're not winning the battle to me personally, but I'm thinking about you as the person. You've worked your ass off to get to this place in your life. Mr. Moran, a big stepper, therapy sessions and all this shit, man. The first thing they will tell you is you gotta relieve your stress, bro. You gotta let that shit go. Whatever the fuck you think you're going to get out this situation, you're never going to get, because Drake is starting to now gain something out of this. He's taking away what you deem close, not your status as a rapper, not no, not your status as a rapper, not your accomplishments, not even your career. He's taking your privacy away from you, my brother. He's taking it away from you. He is destroying you from inside. And y'all keep sitting up here and saying, Drake must be really feeling it. I can't fucking tell. Because Drake is having fun. Did y'all not see this nigga? He posts every day when this nigga drop. He having a ball. Kendrick is the only nigga that is stressed the fuck out right now. This is when I know Kendrick is starting to lose. I have never in the I've never, and I ain't been on Twitter that long in my life. I don't really fuck with Twitter like that, or X. But I have never seen J Rock tweet. Have y'all? Daylight, who's one of the best rappers, lyrical motherfuckers out there, tweet. I've never seen it. They're tweeting saying, "Oh, it's over. My nigga killed you." Ah. Bro, y'all are the lyrical niggas. Y'all don't give a fuck about what a social media opinion would do for you. You shouldn't give a fuck about that shit. Why are y'all engaging yourselves into this? Kendrick is one of the best rappers in the game. Why are y'all engaging yourselves into social media shit? See, Drake, that's Drake's code. That's who Drake is. Why are y'all engaging? My nigga, I didn't even know Kendrick had an Instagram page. I didn't know this shit until last fucking night, this morning. And Kendrick Instagram page popped. I say, Kendrick got an Instagram? What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? It's shit like that. Y'all are losing. Fuck the method. Fuck what people think. Kendrick is losing because he's showing how emotionally tied to this shit he really is. And now he's getting everybody around him affected by this shit. Drake people, I'm used to Drake doing shit on social media. That's who the fuck he is. I'm used to it. I am not used to J Rock doing shit like this. Daylight, I'm not used to y'all tweeting and all this shit. What is going on? That is the craziest shit on the planet. I've never seen that. That nigga really has gotten to y'all. Y'all let Drake get to y'all. He got to y'all. I'm, yo, he got to y'all. He, y'all niggas are tweeting like, Kendrick ain't done with him. He got more. I expect DJs and producers to say that. Like if Joe Budden said that on a podcast, perfect. These are close personal friends of Kendrick. Kendrick, the most lyrical nigga, the most calculated rap nigga. He don't social. That's a Drake thing. He don't social media. He getting a boot and he rap. I've never seen this shit. Yo, this shit is wild. This is wild, bro. Yeah, I'm. Yeah, yeah. Kendrick, tap out. Tap out. Tap out. This isn't as easy as people think it is. And Kendrick, you can tell Kendrick is starting to unravel at the end of Meet the Grams. He's starting to unravel. Like you can hear it. Like he's starting to unravel. Which brings me to if Drake leaked information to this nigga. Because it's 616 in LA. Kendrick literally said that, yo, you got a mole in your camp and he's working with me. Which kind of goes into the euphoria shit where Kendrick said, I don't need to look for information on you. That's whole shit. I'm raising a son. But you don't know nothing about that. Y'all keep thinking rap is my whole life. I'm raising a son, but you don't know nothing about that, right? Well, now you saying you got dirt on Drake. You got people that's working with you. And I know you try to hide it I won't say hide, but you pretty much try to say, you know, people don't really fuck with you in your own camp. They're sending me this information. Okay. And then you run out last night and you reveal this, allegedly, he has a daughter. And now reports are coming out, TMZ and all these other sources have said, hey, bro, that's not true. Your one big bomb is trying to leave him like Pusha T left him. But here's the thing that people don't understand. And I've seen it already on social media all day, all last night. Well, Drake also didn't admit that he didn't have a son when that information first came out. First of all, no, he never addressed that. He actually said in a later time I will speak on what is being also said. He never denied it. I remember that he said he talked about the blackface, and then he said the other shit I will speak on that when I'm ready to speak on that. That's what he said. He never denied that he didn't have a son. He never denied it. And on top of that, if Push had that information and Drake told Kanye, clearly Drake already knew he had a chance. It was a chance that he had a son. He had a chance. So clearly he knew. He knew that. So I'm just sitting there with this. But it's one thing to sit there and try to say, okay, he's denying a son. Drake is one of the biggest artists. Drake is one of the biggest artists on the planet. The man could barely have a hottest son for a year. You telling me he had a daughter for 11? Come on, bro. I know. But you telling me Drake? He could barely had a son for a year. You telling me he has hit a daughter for 11? Any other child for 11 years? 11 fucking years. Bro, when his son came out, I'm pretty sure the woman of his alleged daughter was probably like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I need some of this. Like, I need some of this attention. I need some of this money. I want you to post my daughter in your pictures. What the fuck is going on? Come on, bro. Come on. That was stupid of Kendrick. That was so stupid. It was stupid. Like, bro, you didn't even vex vet the information. You didn't see if it was true or not. You just rushed to the boot and did it. That's not calculated. That's fucking stupid. My thing is this: you try to post a picture of the cover art of some shit that was stolen from Drake's father's suitcase. If he really had a daughter and you knew about it, why not post her on the cover art of the song? I got social media. Why not post a picture? I'm just saying, make it believable. That shit sounded like some information that nigga with Drake would just like float out there just to see what happens. And you fell for it. Who the Kendrick? You are one of the most intelligent rapping niggas ever. You didn't even check to see if it was true. Maybe you did, but I'm also sure you probably went into the boot when you first got that information. It was just like, got him, and you went in there and rapped it. You didn't even think about it, bro. Because you're seeing red. A nigga that is that emotional is starting to see red. You don't give a fuck. You want blood now. And he even probably even gave you some tips on what he's going to say in the song. So you can even more so have more shit to say about this nigga. Just so you could drop your fucking missile. You dropped your missile and it might have blew up in your face. Do I think Kendrick has more than Drake? I don't. I don't think that Kendrick is gonna win this from a I'm gonna embarrass you standpoint. He can't embarrass Drake. He can't. Like I said, bro, you're trying to embarrass a nigga that you already have said has no morals, that has no identity, that has no common decency. He's a sicko. You're trying to embarrass him. That's your plan. It's trying to completely and utterly assassinate the nigga character. The character you say he doesn't even have to begin with. It's a terrible game plan. It fucking sucks. Like nobody's saying that. Nobody. I haven't seen one person say Kendrick is trying to assassinate Drake's character, but yet by saying that Drake has no character to begin with, he has no identity. He doesn't even care about himself. But you want to have a therapy session with this nigga and talk crazy to this nigga. The nigga that doesn't have any common decency. He's a sicko. He hires fuck ups. He hires sickos. Them type of niggas don't give a fuck. What the fuck are you talking about? Is oh man, yeah. I think Kendrick does better if he just raps at Drake. Like because you trying to out embarrass this nigga, it's not gonna work because you actually have something that actually is more damning to you. You have privacy. You have privacy. We don't know your kids. We don't even know your wife like that or your girl like that, bro. We know nothing about you. That's the beauty of you. We know you for your music. The fucking problem is when you get in a situation like this with a nigga you have repeatedly said has no identity, has no give a fuck. He's a sicko. A person like that don't have a fuck to give. He will go to wherever depths of the earth he will go to fuck you over. Because his beef isn't just with you. He wants your head on a stick. That's obvious. But he also wants them niggas that have clearly pushed you in front of him to try to take his head off. If I fuck you over, what the fuck you think them niggas in the house gonna do? They gonna back the fuck off. They gonna be like, you know what? He destroyed Kendrick. We need to leave that nigga where the fuck he at. You're fucking right, you should. That is the damn problem. This is what I've been saying. Yo, Drake is battle tested. Drake wants this shit. Kendrick has never been in a battle, bro. He's never been in one. And it's showing right now. Because it's like, bro, you're starting to get emotional. You're starting to spiral a little bit. I know. Where's the spiraling? Where is it at? Bruh, you can tell. I've never seen Kendrick use social media. Ever. I've never seen it. Have y'all? What the fuck is the last time you seen Kendrick Lamar tweet? A decade ago? Maybe 6 years ago? I'm not saying he shouldn't be able to do it. What I'm saying is that's not him. That's not him. That's not Kendrick, bro. He's gonna lose his morals before he can ever get Drake to tear down his. Because Drake is the person that he's saying doesn't have any. No matter how y'all want to rip it and flip it and do all this whoopsie ditsy shit with it, the common sense is that Kendrick is losing this battle, man. Kendrick is lyrically doing all of his shit that he's supposed to do. But Drake is also dropping good shit. He's dropping real good records. It's actually songs that can be played if, and again, like I said, if the Tupac estate, and this is not that Drake said Family Matters, you talking about something, I sent a cease and desist to y'all for like that, but nigga, you really sent a cease and desist. You called Pac's people up and told them to send a cease and desist, which I wouldn't put it past Kendrick. I wouldn't put it past, maybe not Kendrick, but his team. I wouldn't put it past them. We all know Kendrick is tight with Pac's estate. This is more damning, man. And I think people, again, this was supposed to be wrapped up. This was supposed to be over. Drake was supposed to be done already. The fact that he's not tells you all you need to know. I'm not saying Kendrick is not great and Kendrick hasn't put up a fight and he hasn't done his shit because he has. But you're trying to also play morals and killer. You can't do both. You can't. And that's what's hurting Kendrick right now because you're trying to play morals and trying to. You spoke on his son. You did that. Nobody. Drake didn't say on your son. He didn't say nothing about your kids at first. You did that. But then you want to come out and say, you spoke on my family. I'm going to go get you. I know people going to sit there and say, well, Brandon, he spoke on his girl. That's what Drake does, man. I don't like it. I think it's the dumbest shit on the planet. That's stupid to speak on somebody's significant other. That's the dumbest shit you can ever do. You know what's worse? Speaking on somebody's kids, my nigga. Sorry, that kind of outweighs the situation here. Your girl, who probably has nothing to do with this, is just as off limits to me as speaking on somebody's kids. But once you start saying that man's son, you say he's a bad father and he's a deadbeat. Oh well. And by the way, he never said Kendrick's kids' names. Not like Kendrick. So yeah, I think Drake is winning, man. I think Drake won. To be honest with you, because I think Kendrick is the next step for Kendrick is to literally go to the depths of the earth and try to do everything scandalous he could give to Drake. He's gonna try to say everything under the sun to Drake, and he's gonna try to do everything to destroy Drake. But what does that gain him? What does that gain him? Because Drake don't give a fuck, and that's the problem. If I was Kendrick, I would just start. I would just drop the album and go home and you know be around my girl and my kids and be happy, man. Be happy because this shit might not be for you, my brother, and it's okay. It's okay. You've worked too hard on yourself as a person to now turn a blind eye to it because you want to prove you're better than Drake at rapping. That's ridiculous. I just I don't know, man. But yeah, I thought Family Matters was better than Meet the Grams. Family Matters was way more insightful. I think it's a hit. I think it's gonna be played on the radio a lot. Especially in clubs when that fucking second beat come in, when that first beat come on. Yeah. Um. Yeah. Um. Kendrick put up a great fight, man. Kendrick has done exactly what I thought Kendrick would do. He is a lyrical nigga. That's what he does. He does it well. But the problem with Kendrick is that he's trying to out embarrass Drake. And I think he's losing this battle right now because of he's handicapped because he is such a private guy. So anything Drake says, it does feel like it could really fuck Kendrick up. Whereas for Drake, it's like y'all keep sitting up here and saying, "Oh, he got Drake, he got Drake." It's shit that we've already heard about Drake, or we wouldn't be surprised that Drake did it. It's like we would not be surprised that Drake did it. And that's the thing, man. I just feel like Kendrick's people are starting to get a little bit too overly emotional, and they're trying to like give him this victory, and people in the industry are trying to give Kendrick this victory. And y'all sitting up there saying Kendrick bars are way crazier, but I'm hearing Drake rap, man. I ain't heard Drake rap like this in years. This nigga killing. That nigga ripping niggas. I'm like, man, this nigga is killing niggas. I'm like, that shit different. Yeah, man. Yeah, but I want this. I want people to stop. I want this beef to be over. I'm gonna be honest. I'm done with it. I'm done. This will be the last one I do. On this because I'm done. I don't want to. I don't want to continuously talk about this shit because it's starting to get to the point where it's like something bad's got to happen. I don't mean musically. So because once you start getting to when you start hitting, significant others and kids, and it's only a matter. And now Kendrick's bringing his family, his parents into this shit, bro. Once you get to that point of like a beef, it's like, bro, there's no coming back, and the only thing you can do now is go fight each other. So I know people gonna be like, man, you trying? This is just music, really? Tell that shit to the niggas that's actually enduring this shit right now. You say it's just music, okay? We always say it's just music, and then somebody like a King Von get killed, and then we sit there and be like, I can't believe that shit. Stop saying it's just music because it's not just music. This is real life. Yes, they put out music based on real life, but that's still their real lives, man. And once you start reaching the point where kids and parents and spouses and significant others get put into this conversation, there is no coming back from that shit. I don't think people understand that shit fully. I don't think you understand that. So yeah, but yeah, this is the last time I do this, man. This is the last one I do on this, um, because I just feel like this is starting to get to a point where it's just like I don't care anymore. It's great to have hip hop like this is, and like I said, thank you to Drake and Kendrick for doing this. But I don't care anymore. And the more I'm like getting on social media and I'm seeing people um have an opinion, the opinion is starting to sound so fucking biased and so fucking stupid. And I know people gonna sit there and say, "Well, Brian, you did this whole episode kind of shouting out Drake and saying Drake killed it." And the only reason why I did that is because Drake is actually saying factual shit, and I think Kendrick is saying shit that he just feels like will just hurt Drake. It's not that it's factual or not. It just feels like he's trying to just hurt Drake. No matter how witty, how lyrical it is, it's just like you're trying to make him feel pain, and it's not working. And that's why I'm like, but Drake is saying things, and it feels like, no, it's actually hurting you. You're hearing it, and it's fucking with you. So yeah, that is why I feel like this is Drake is really making it rap, and is when people are like, oh, last night was so disrespectful. Meet the Grams is the most disrespectful track I've ever heard. It's not. It's not. I've heard rappers say your son's I want your son to die, and I get your parents a tuxedo and shit. Like I've heard this shit before. Like I'm cool. I grew up in the '90s, nigga. That's way worse shit I've heard. So yeah, man. Nah. This is the last one that I'm doing. I might do one, but that's next time I probably do it. I'll probably bring some people on here to do it with me. Sometimes talk about this shit. To be honest with you, I don't care about this shit no more. Um, and I don't really give a fuck who wins. Again, I don't care who wins. I feel like by the records I've heard, I like Drake shit better. I think Kendrick shit is a little bit too sacrilegious. It just feels like he's trying a little bit too hard to be self righteous, and it's like you're trying to be self righteous, also have a kind of like a villainous tone to it. It just feels like you're trying too hard, and that's probably why I don't like a lot of his records so far. It's like you're trying too hard. It's like, bro, you shouldn't be trying to like embarrass this nigga this hard. It shouldn't be this fucking hard. Drake out a lot of shit you could probably embarrass this nigga with, but because he's such a public figure, it's hard to embarrass a nigga that's already publicly known for doing stupid shit and fuck shit. Like it's kind of hard to embarrass a nigga that's kind of known for doing fuck shit. So it's just like, yeah, yeah. Well, this is the last one. I hope you guys enjoyed these episodes I've done. Um, till next time. Peace.